What's up, crazy family? So today we got our good friend Jason. Now I screwed up. Is it Richard?
No, it's not, but that's okay.
I always screwed up. What's his?
Reichert.
Reichert.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jason Reichert from Fairly Amused. Now we posted we were going to do this, and Jason's a good friend of ours. We met last year, didn't we? Doing this last year when we started chatting about sitting down and talking.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So just a little background if you want to know. Tell people how long you've been doing your channel.
How long have I been? Well, I started it back in 21, I think, and really got it rolling in 22. So
it's been 2 years.
It's been 2 years doing it more regularly. Yeah, more regular.
Time flies, man.
Time does fly. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So all right. So Jason, this year you have had an opportunity to go visit many parks, mainly because of the ACE and all your other stuff and adventures.
Right.
And one of them was at Camden Park in West Virginia. Camden Park is the only amusement park in West Virginia, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your visit and experience. From watching your video, you had posted that I noticed a park that was struggling to maintain the grounds and rides. The park does have a good wooden coaster up there called the Little Dipper. Can you tell me what you thought about the coaster and the park?
I love the Dipper. It was great. I think you're talking about the larger one. Maybe that's the Big Dipper.
Is there two coasters up there?
There's a junior coaster, which is I believe is the Little Dipper, and then there is a full-size coaster, which is, I believe, the Big Dipper, and that was great. That was fun. I had a really nice time on the Big Dipper. I rode it several times. That's an ACE landmark.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
It is. I mean, the park is a little rough around the edges, but I rode that coaster many times. It was not busy that day, so I had opportunity to ride it a lot. So, but I enjoyed the Big Dipper. Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think? You also had an issue with filming at Camden Park later on in the day. Can you please share with us your experience a little?
Well, I had a gentleman from the park come up to me after I had gotten off the Little Dipper, and I wasn't even filming at the time. I had rode it a bunch of times. I could just ride. It was like I was there on a Thursday.
Yeah.
And he says, "We've had some complaints about it." And the guy was really nice about it. It sounded like he didn't even want to deal with it. He's like, I just got to, I got to tell you. Okay, I mean, it was irritating at the time. I think it was more of a misunderstanding than anything.
Yeah.
Because I think there was maybe some people that were concerned I was filming them or their children, and that was not the case. I'm there filming me and the rides and my experience, like I said in the video. And, that so far is my most viewed video. Last check, it was over 77,000 views on that video.
Wow.
So that's by far my most popular video at this point. And I mean, overall, it was a great experience. Granted, I was already in the area. I was down there for a retro computer festival down in Hurricane. Got to say it right. You can't say hurricane. You got to say Hurricane. And so I just went down a day early and went out for that, and I'm glad I did. I mean, it's a very affordable park. It was like, I think online it was like maybe $20 or $25 for a ride all day, so it wasn't bad. I mean, they do charge the park though, but it was like $8 the park or something. It wasn't too bad. It was a nice little park.
Pretty cheap.
It is. It's not a very big park.
A wristband though for the whole thing?
I think it was like $20 or $25. It was cheaper if you did it online.
I saw you also picked up a little souvenir.
Oh,
were the reasonable prices for the souvenirs?
There wasn't very many souvenirs in the shop, but what they did have was reasonable. I picked up a magnet. I try to pick up a magnet from every park I go to.
Really?
One time, yeah. So I have a whole refrigerator full of park magnets, several repeats. and some other things. But yeah, I was really disappointed when I went to like Florida and like none of those parks had magnets at the time.
Many people probably don't know this, but Jason and I actually do talk a lot, not just for this stuff, but
Right.
we call each other every once in a while, just chat, and usually it goes to, the conversation goes to amusement parks, of course, because that's what we love.
Right.
That's what we are common grounds on. But I remember him saying something about, oh gosh, I lost my train of thought. Man, that sucks. Oh boy. Yeah, okay, so.
Woo, woo.
Yeah.
The thought train has derailed.
Derailed.
Did you see something shiny?
Rocky's laughing at me. Oh yeah, okay, so I remember you saying something that you actually had someone do a little review on your video from Canada Park. Was it not too long after they had a little note or whatever saying?
You know what? There has been so many comments on that video.
Yeah.
Generally they were positive and thanked me for visiting and showing the park. And I try anywhere I try to go, I try to show them the best side. I mean, Camden Park does need, as I said in my video, does need a little TLC. Yeah, it needs some TLC. But I mean, overall, it's. There's not very many family-owned places like that anymore, and it's definitely a treasure, and I hope it stays around for a very long time.
Yeah, like those family parks are very, very rare. The problem, and maybe not so much a problem, the issue is financials. To keep these parks small, baby mom and pop parks open, it costs a lot of money. And the capital is not there like it used to be back in the 50s and the 80s, 1980s, 1950s.
Right.
That's unfortunate.
But there's some great family parks like Knoebels.
Oh, I love Knoebels.
Waldemere.
Yeah, Waldemere.
Those are two great family parks I can think of just off the top of my head, and I've had a wonderful experience at both.
Yeah, and wait, Camden, is that a trolley park too? I
think it may be an old trolley park. I'd have to double check that, but I would not be surprised.
Okay, so you also had an opportunity to go to other parks for their haunted Halloween events. How do you think Kennywood's Phantom Fall Fest compares to or measures up to the other parks?
I think they do rather well. I mean, it's not quite the same level as like a Cedar Fair type park, but I think they do a really, really good job.
I know Rock and I, we enjoy the Come to Fall Fest. It's her and I are not really into the haunted. It's just what not our thing. We like coming for the night rides for the coasters and stuff. And boy, just the Phantom Hall that night. I mean, it's usually really warm, damp, and that's when the coasters just go whoosh.
Well, didn't they say that the coasters feel like they go faster at night?
Well, when they're warmed up, yeah, the ghost grease, right?
Right. Supposedly, yes.
This year you had joined ACE for the first time, correct?
Right, yes.
Because of that, we kept on running into you this year and spending time with you. Of all the ACE events that you were able to go to this year, what was your favorite and why? Of all the ACE events?
Of all the ACE events? Well, I went to several this year, and I plan to go to many more next year, but I'm going to have to say Waldemere, just because that was the first one, and that was fun. And that made for great video, too. But going up there into the attic of the pirate ride, that was a blast.
I was right
there
beside you that
Yeah,
time.
you were right there with me. Yep. And
I also want to say, great. You've been really gracious in sharing your time, not just screen time, but just sharing everything with us, and we thank you. It's been fun.
Absolutely, it's fun to do this and hang out and all that fun stuff.
I know I've asked you the question before, but things change throughout every year. So what about Kennywood are you still crazy about?
You've asked me this before. I'm still crazy about just the effort taken to preserve the rides, the turtle, the history, preserve the history. You got the turtle, you know, last of its kind. You've got the ark, the last of its kind. The kangaroo coming back a couple years ago, the last of its kind. And maintaining these great classic wooden coasters as well as they do.
Man, it's awesome. I enjoy this park. I see that. I love the history too. So I think if you're an enthusiast, you really do look at the appreciation of that.
Yeah, they take excellent care of their classic wooden coasters here compared to some other places.
Yeah, I agree. And it's hard to find a park with 3 John Miller coasters. I don't think there is any other place where you can find 3 John Miller coasters anywhere.
Probably not. Is it 3 or is it 2.5 with the Thunderbolt?
2.5, technically. Yeah, cool. So in recent years, we have seen increase in alcoholic beverages sales in our family park, Kennywood. Also, Kennywood has been known to be a family park that has most recently even added more alcohol sales to the park. Do you think whether or not this takes away from the family-friendly, oriented feel of the park?
No, I don't think so, because I'm not going to drink at a park. I'm by no means a teetotaler. You know, I will have a drink now and then, although I think the last time I had any alcohol was like in September. So, you know, it's a very occasional thing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say both. I don't drink very often. I think we only drank one time at this park, was around this year, last year. I wanted to know what it tastes like. They have a like hot chocolate and a hot toddy. We had hot chocolate, and I couldn't really finish it. It was just too much.
Too much, yeah.
And to me, in my eyes, roller coasters and alcohol just doesn't mix.
Absolutely, it doesn't mix, but I'm not going to be that person that says you can't do that. Just don't lose your lunch on me, I guess. You know, I have no desire to drink at a park for that reason. Exactly. The rides, you know, I got enough trouble keeping things down without any help with that. You know, I don't want to lose my fries.
Yeah, the Tin Fetch fries.
Yeah, I just had potato fetch fries. Yeah, I enjoyed those. I don't want to see them again.
Do you know who Henry Rollins is?
Henry Rollins?
Yeah.
The musician?
You know who he is? Good, because I've asked that a couple of times to other people. Henry Rollins is a musician. He was in a punk band called Black Flag.
Okay.
He said once in an interview, he said, we should be inspired and not in awe of people, places, and things. That means basically, if I see someone on stage and to be in awe. Alright guys, so sorry about that.
You're the one person watching right now live anyway.
Yeah. So, what was I? Oh yeah, so he said don't be inspired, don't be in awe of somebody. It should be only because of, you should be inspired of them instead. And that means, that really messed my train of thought up, and so sorry to everyone. That means basically, with Kennywood, how do you think that we should, how do you think that the Kennywood's been inspired other people in places and things? So let me see, how do you think the Kennywood has inspired entertainment business, or given inspiration to other parks and resorts and such?
That's really hard to say. I mean, how they've affected other parks. I mean, I think if anything else, it's been good for Palace Entertainment. You know, now that Kennywood is basically, I believe, the flagship park.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree.
So maybe that'll help improve other Palace Entertainment parks. So I don't think I've really been to any of those yet.
Yeah, I can see where even that Kennywood's got his inspiration. And I said this last week to our friends when we were talking online. It was Blackpool Pleasure Beach that Kennywood eventually, when it started, got its inspiration off of.
Okay.
Because the gardens and stuff. Although the gardens are not here like they used to be back in the 80s and 70s, maybe even back in the late 1900s, or but it still has taken that inspiration off of the old ones, and I can see Kennywood taking that and then inspiring other people, other parks, what they do. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, what do you think Kennywood did right this year?
What did they do right this year? They did a lot right this year. I mean, they had a great opening.
Yeah.
A great had a wonderful time at KennyCon, the Ace event here at Kennywood. That was a blast. I would do that again every time. And that was great. All the things they had opened up for us early and late, and the behind the scenes tour and stuff. That kind of thing makes the Ace membership worth it, just for that kind of thing. And I think they did Halloween right. I think having the Thunderbolt open for Halloween,
and we almost closed it,
and it was going to be closed. That was a winning move right there. I think that was probably one of the best things.
From what I understand, it needed some retracting. They decided last minute not to do the retracting.
I think they said they were going to do it later, and they were going to do it later or do it during the week. I did see some plastic up on it there tonight.
Yeah, that's right. There is.
So they're probably doing some retracting.
Yeah, I do believe. From what I understand, it's the last hill before the second to last hill before the turnaround into the station. There's like a pothole there. I feel it. I don't know about if you, but Kenny Cohen, did you feel that pothole there? It was pretty rough if you're sitting in the third seat back. Anyways, I think that's what they were going to work on.
Well, that's a perfect example of just how well they take care of these classic coasters.
Yeah. Okay, so both of us have spent some time and some years coming to the park, and over the years see rides, attractions, food stands, games come and go. Although time does pass and these things happen, what do you think that should be the mainstay at Kennywood?
What should be the mainstay at Kennywood?
Yeah.
Like I've said before, the ability to take the old and preserve the old classic and throw in some new stuff here and there. And I think Kennywood has done a good job with that.
Me too.
Over the years, for the most part. I mean, there's things here that I miss. I mean, I think I'd probably rather have the Turnpike than Skyrocket, but that's just my opinion. Maybe that's just my nostalgia kicking in. But I do miss the Turnpike. But
yeah. Do you think there's something that they can improve on next year, or add on that you would think would help the park out?
Well, I mean, should have the steel curtain open next year. I think that's what's been said.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So that's have that, but again, it's good that they're making sure that it's safe. That's important. Safety is number one. That's always important, and they are very safe here. I think safety is a really high priority here. At least it shows. Yeah, it really shows.
Yeah, I have no conniptions about getting on any of these rides up here.
I have no
second thoughts.
No, not at all.
I know the maintenance crew works really, really hard. It shows the upkeep on this place. They do an amazing job.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, so with that, I want to thank you, brother. I love you so much, and we thank you for your time. It's always a pleasure sitting down with you, chatting with you on the phone, in person.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say goodbye here, but we're gonna go after this. We're gonna go ride some rides. Jason just got in the park about no more like an hour ago. We stuffed our faces.
Yeah.
Now we're sitting here waiting to get on some rides. But God is good all the time, and love each other with mad greasy love. Say goodbye, Jason.
Bye, Jason.
Bye, Jason. Go check out Fairly Amused.